Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome to today's reading. All right, so we'll see what Spirit's guidance for you today is. We have 4 piles for you to choose from, and let's show you them the options right now. So for pile number 1, we have this as your oracle, and we'll show an image that goes with each card. Okay, and that's the image. This is your tarot, and this is the image. This is your Lenormand, and this is its image. And these are just representative cards that we've chosen, so they may or may not show up in your reading. All right, pile 2. This is your oracle. This is its image. Okay, and we have your tarot and the image. The Lenormand and the image. Okay, and pile 3. Your oracle and the image, your tarot and the image, your Lenormand and the image. All right, pile 4. This is your oracle and its image, your tarot and the image, and your Lenormand and its image. All right, lovely stars, so take a moment, tune in to your intuition, however you do this process. You may be drawn to several piles, use the image, the card backs, whatever have you, and choose your pile or piles accordingly from there. All right, I will leave the timestamps for the piles down in the description below, and we have left out your shuffling process. So we'll just get straight into the reading. All right, lovely stars, I will see you in your piles. Hello, pile ones. Welcome to your reading. All right, so let's start off with your main oracle here. We have Buttercup. Okay, so we got a dual energy here. Things coming to blossom with excitement, but then a bit of reservations or holding back. Yeah, it's like, okay, it's like putting your feelers out there, your emotions, your products out there perhaps, but then at the same time, kind of putting out in a limited amount. Yeah, not giving it out fully yet. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this dual dynamic here. Okay, let's go to this sign next. So we have happiness. See, kind of like a cyclical shift and change in the emotions here. It's one moment you're this and the next moment you're that. Yeah, and it's almost like you never know which version of you we're going to get. Okay, let's see what the message says. Your thinking will either make your happiness or take your happiness. You choose. Okay, interesting. Okay, and let's look at this one next. We have kindness. Things about kindness to the self, yourself. and not leaving your shadow or your inner child behind. Okay. What if being kind to yourself really could change everything? Yeah, we said kindness to yourself. And that's the exact message. Okay, and then we have peace. Okay, I see the happy mask juxtaposed and put in front of the sad mask. So overlapping the sad mask. It's like putting on a front, yes, putting on a happiness mask in front of the sadness mask, to literally mask other emotions. But we see the light pointing out to the sadness here, and the happiness is the projection onto what's darkness. Interesting. Okay, so we also see the curtain closing on something, like a chapters, perhaps? Okay, we'll see how all this ties in, but those are the two hits I'm getting. Just because some people are fueled by drama doesn't mean you have to attend the performance. Make your life a drama-free zone. Yeah, closing the curtain on some sort of relationship or situation here. Okay. And let's look at these oracles next. So we have sisterhood, friendship, allies, compatible souls, loyalty, joy, delight. Okay, so allies is one of the words that are standing out. Like someone's stealing the spotlight. I see you kind of push back between these two. It speaks to me of competition and being overshadowed. Okay, let's see what this is about. Falling in love, kissing the divine in another, in yourself. Okay, something is on the way, yet you can't see it. This speaks to both all of those of you who are single and those of you who are already in a relationship. 20 is also jumping out at me, so that might be significant for some of you. Could possibly be an age or a date. I see the 2nd, the 20th, November. So within this month, perhaps? Okay, anyways, that could be significant, but let's see what the message here is. Or the energy of this card, I should say. Okay, yeah, it's almost like somebody coming to quote-unquote rescue you. For those of you who are not in relationship, and for those of you who are, it's finding someone or something that's lifting you up. If you are in a happy relationship, is your partner or partners lifting you up? If you are in an unsatisfactory relationship, then is finding things to lift you up, and finding things to lift you up. We don't want to speak to the nature of the relationships if it's not beneficial. That's your own choice to make. Okay. And then we have the awakening. Okay, seeing yourself in new horizons. Feeling bogged down by something, not realizing and seeing you who you are. Perhaps it's a work in progress, but maybe seeing new horizons, new distances, new places, new locations, new environments will help you realize that. Okay, very interesting. So let's see what we have going on here. Yeah, this speaks a lot of emotions, about emotions to me. Yeah, part of this wavering energy of projecting and putting your emotions out there, sharing your emotion, but also being kind of hesitant and reticent and holding at the same time. So it's like there's parts of you that are shared, there's parts of you that are withheld, and there's this energy that kind of wavers back and forth. Yeah, and for some of you who are in relationships, or even if you're not in a relationship, the energy dynamic is still the same there, right? It's like you want to put yourself out there, but at the same time, for whatever reason, whether it's through past hurts, past relationships, or just being shy in general, just it's holding you back. So yeah, there's this energy of knowing what you want, knowing what will make you happy, knowing what will make you excited, and just like enjoy the breath of fresh air that is life. But at the same time, it's also putting on a mask to kind of just trickle part of what you want exposed and what you want the world to see, and then holding back a part of yourself. And the advice is to be more kind and more loving to yourself first, to kind of pick up your inner child and fully embrace it. So what does that mean? So maybe parts of yourself that you really enjoy, you really appreciate, you really love, but haven't gotten to express. And we're talking about both the inner child and the shadow aspects too, right? Here in this energy dynamic. So we're talking about parts of yourself that either you neglect or hide away or don't appreciate so much, or don't notice so much. And the energy that's flooding through is an encouragement to appreciate, to show appreciation for those parts that are either not recognized, not acknowledged, not fully embraced. And how one does that will vary for each of some of you. Some of you might just be, a simple taking a bath, reading a book, self-care. Others of you might be taking a walk, and others of you it might be something deeper, like going through spiritual retreats, meditations, and others of you it just might be falling deep into a project that you enjoy, like whether getting immersed in a book, making a creative project, arts and crafts. Like I said, various examples for various people tuning in here. So do what nourishes you, what ways you can show love and appreciation for yourself, especially parts that you don't pay so much close attention to, or maybe have forgotten in the past, or have masked away. Yeah. Because part of that is discovery of the golden aspects of yourself. Okay, yeah, and part of that, for some of you, it could be traveling or finding new environments too that will allow you to embrace the totality of yourself, and not having to hide parts of yourself away or push back parts of yourself into the shadows. Very interesting energy. Okay. Let's go to Lenormand next, because they have not had me touch the tarot yet. So we will be doing that in the reading here. But for your Lenormand, we have, interestingly, a treasure box. So there's 4 cards for the treasure box, and then one final card as like the lock and the key area on that on the treasure box, right? It's the lock where you put the key, but it's a card representing both, which is so interesting with the dynamic energy that we've gotten from your oracles already here. That back and forth, it both can be a lock and a key. I'm really curious as what's Spirit has to say through the Lenormand here, but yeah, there's that energy dynamic as well. So let's look at your treasure chest or treasure box. So we have the bouquet. Okay. We have stars. And then we have the tower. And then we have the scythe. And for your lock and key, we have the cross going in the middle here. Okay. Alright, so what have we got for your treasure box that you're locking away here, lovely stars? Okay, wishes and dreams. The beauty that you see yourself. Getting very Rapunzel vibes here. Okay. So part of what you lock or away or keep secret is, yes, we talked about the beauty that is you, the gift and the essence that is you, you being a gift from the universe to the planet in a certain way, right? Is part of what you're locking away, kind of like Rapunzel in her tower. Yeah. And we're talking about conscious choice and decision here too. Yeah, it's like the choice of happiness can be yours. There's something deeper down here with wishes being locked away or being secret desires that are kept deep within your heart. But it's not being revealed. So that's an interesting part. But yeah, let's go back to the part, this feels like a very separate energy here. Let's go back to the part where you are keeping yourself kind of locked up. Basically keeping yourself not exposed to the world, perhaps because you feel safer. Feel safer. What else do we call it, Spirit? It's just some part that you don't want to reveal. And we're not sure why. I think that's why we're going to clarify with our tarot here. Yeah, there's something that you don't want to reveal, or some parts of yourself, which is really beautiful. There's aspects of, there's aspects of you that are really beautiful, but perhaps you don't see it or view it as so, or you may see as potential flaws that others, you think that others may perceive it as flaws or some sort of negative traits or qualities, but it's really your uniqueness, and you just keep on beating yourself up about it. It's like you just keep on mentally going over and over it again and again, and there's the advice to kind of like cut that away. Cut or clear away the negative thoughts that keep on recircling. Okay, and the key and lock here feels heavy. Yeah, it's like a burden. Yes, so when we put something away in a treasure box, it keeps it safe. It keeps it protected. But at the same time, it's a wonderful thing that we stored away, right? In a treasure box, in a treasure chest. It's something special, something sometimes sacred, sometimes beautiful. Yeah, it's precious to us. That's why we keep it locked up and stored away. But at the same time that it's being protected, it's not being used, it's not being appreciated. Okay. I see. All right, lovely stars. Let's see if we can clarify this up. I am curious. Let's see what it is you're trying to hide away, lovely stars. Yeah, because Spirit is saying this, whatever you're keeping closed off, or what you're not showing to the world, it's the beauty of who you are. So first of all, let's find out what's being kept away, and then we'll find out Spirit's advice for how to bring this out in the world that is in a way that's comfortable for you, and at the same time that can be really beneficial for you. Okay, so may we please know, Spirit, what is pile number 1 keeping locked away? And how might this thing, traits, characteristics, or part of themselves, or even projects and ideas, or wishes and dreams can be of benefit to the world. Yeah. So may we please know, Spirit. Okay. Yeah, I will take those 3. Okay. This one and this one, and also this one. Was gonna get 5, but 6 it takes. Okay. So first we have, let me rearrange this. There we go. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, lovely. Let's put this here. And then we have the 4 of Swords. We have Temperance. So appropriate. Alright, we have the Fool. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, lovely message here. Okay. All right, pile number 1. For some of you, there's kind of like 2 energies here of what you're keeping away. Yes, so part of you, for some of you, yes, it's like, it's the brilliance of who you are. It's your charismatic personality, this brilliant golden version of you. But yeah, perhaps it was via hurts in the past that you're saying like, no, don't touch me. Don't approach me. It's like I put myself out there before, and perhaps some of you have been hurt in that process, or just haven't been appreciated the way that it should. It's like perhaps it could be something simpler than that even. It's like you presented a part of yourself that's like, oh, I really like, I know this is a really random example. It's like, I'm really into unicorns or aliens or something. And you mentioned that to, I don't know, like maybe a young friend of yours, and they're like, oh, that's silly. It's like, you like unicorns and aliens, you're weird. So yeah, you learn to kind of put that aspect of yourself away a little bit, because it was just not received well. It was, it just wasn't appreciated well. But following that example, right? Let's say you like unicorns when you were a kid or something like that. It shows your curious, inquisitive nature into things that perhaps are mystical, things that are out there, things that are not conventional. And that's the essence, the magic right there. I see for some of you, it's more so that was a random example, but I see for some of you, it's almost like the same person here, interestingly. It's something very sparkling about your energy. Perhaps your interest in the occult, in the mystical. And this is speaking to the other group of you. So the energy kind of ties into each other pretty well. For some of you, it's a personality trait or a feature characteristics. And for some others of you, it's still those things, but manifest in the physical realm in terms of your interest and what you do. So perhaps it's, like you like to do rituals, perhaps, or you like to study the occult, astrology, tarot, crystals, plants, herbs, even herbology. We do have the Seed and Sickle Oracle coming through here. Or even like mermaids, that's coming through, and dragons. Things of the mystical, of the esoteric, of the unconventional. So that's what you're keeping kind of locked away. Yes. So that is the majority of the energy for most of you. And I see here, okay, so we have both of what's being kept away and how it can be expressed also. It's like Spirit already answered our next question. So you find it's like, it's better to keep to yourself and not really... we see all these forms of communication around you: email, fax, calendars, social events, things like that. And you're like, nope, I'd rather keep to myself, especially having gone through these experiences with other people. It's like, no, just keep away from me, don't touch me, don't approach me. Like, I know you're not going to appreciate what I have to offer, so you keep it locked away. But the advice here, and such wonderful advice that it is to let it out slowly. It's the whole process of getting to know somebody, whether it's in a relationship or in a friendship, or just people you have just met and are getting acquainted with, is to let it out slowly. And you never know, you may find somebody who really understands you, somebody who really vibes with you. It's like, oh, you like unicorns? That's really cool, like me too. So you never know when you're going to meet somebody. But the thing is, you don't have to divulge everything all at once, right? I get a lot of you, this passionate, fiery nature, this very charismatic individual type and energy to your being. So you love to share, you love to mingle and interact. At least that's the energy dynamic of how you were before you met with hurts and stuff like that, and that has now made you retreat. That's why we see a dual dynamic energy here of going back and forth, of revealing yourself and hiding yourself. And also the treasure box. I love how it's all tying in. It's like you can keep it away or you can show it to people. And there's this dynamic because deep down you want to share this aspect with people. You want to express it. It's something that's beautiful. Like I said, it's a gorgeous presence. It's meant to be shared. But yeah, there's a lot of dual dynamic energy here. It's like, oh, I don't want to share it. I do want to share it, but then I can't. It's like, yeah, so this is going back and forth always. But the advice of how to do that is to do it slowly, to do it with temperance. It's like you don't have to divulge all of yourself, all of your interests, all of your XYZ insert blank here all at once. It's like, okay, I just barely met this person. They also like unicorns or aliens or whatever. Let's talk with them on that subject a bit more and see what else they are interested in. So you don't have to just open the box entirely and just dump out all the contents, the treasure box. You can be like, oh, here's the next piece in the treasure box I can take out and share with this person who seems to resonate with my interests. And yeah, it's the same energy here. I see you very much in yourself. Spending time on your own, and spirits are encouraging you to kind of reach out a little bit or kind of share yourself, because that's the energy of what you are, right? This passionate, fiery individual for a good portion of you, or this person who just kind of is like happy-go-lucky and has that joyful energy, and joy is contagious. It's exuberant. It wants to naturally just flow and spread. And as we mentioned here, you never know when you're going to share new wonderful adventures with other people. And eventually, down the line, in the long term, you're going to be able to share with a huge community and family that will be so enriching, so nourishing to you. It's like, oh, here's pile number one. She's my mom, she's my grandma, she's my dad. I mean, he's my dad, whatever. They're my parents. Yeah, for some of you, it will be family. For some others of you, it will be community. Getting very strong community vibe here. So yeah, there's much wonder that awaits you when you find those that are resonant with you, and you know how to temper and slowly share the interest and the passion and the amazing wonder of what you are, or what you have, or what you are interested in, or what you are doing. Yes. Okay, lovely. Absolutely lovely, pile number one. I think that's going to wrap up your message. They kind of convey that quite well here in this this tarot reading. So we don't have to draw any more cards is the message I'm getting. So yeah, the energy right now for some of you are wavering back and forth. You're hiding things away, but you want to share it. But go for it slowly but surely. It will really benefit you to share these amazing talents, these amazing creations and projects and things with other people. And if you need to, tap into the inner self-love that you have. Work on that, because you're already this shiny golden dragon. It's like it just has to take a look at itself. And perhaps looking in clear waters or things, and putting itself in environments, putting yourself in environments that will be reflective of that will be beneficial for you, in terms of showing you how you can do that, how you can bring yourself out to the world, and yeah. All right, absolutely lovely, beautiful stars. That was your reading. If you found it helpful, insightful, or you like it, considering hitting that like button. Subscribe for more messages if you haven't. And then I wish you an absolutely magical, wonderful day, the beautiful being that you are. Have a wonderful time, shine bright, take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile1s. Hello, Pile2. Welcome to your reading. Alright, Pile2, buckle down. We have a big reading for you. You are like the Voyager space explorer. At least that's the energy I was getting. So yeah, buckle down. We are going for a flight. Alright, so I know this is your representative oracles, but this one wanted to come out first. So we are going to take a look at these first. Okay, so we have Akashic Stargate. Align with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Wow. Okay, yeah, talk about path, explorer. Okay, and we have Akashic Records. Clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. And I'm getting very strongly tapping into Akashic Records, into primordial knowledge energies here. Interesting. Primordial knowledge that has been enhanced throughout the ages, throughout time, through evolved progression. Yes, okay, so there's that message. Okay, and let's look at the other ones. So we have the one that came out in your intro, and that's amazing, Pile2, because I put this back in the deck and I shuffled during your shuffling process, and it still comes out. So it's very significant for you here. We have Libras coming through. We have partnership, we have duality, we have balance and energy, yin and yang. All of those tie into this card here, is what I'm getting. We also have activation. That takes us back to Stargate activation. So something is activating once you come into duality, into harmony, into union, either with a partnership or a romantic relationship or something. There's a partner involved for you Libras out there, or perhaps having Libras in your chart, or also air signs are coming through. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then Chinese zodiacs coming through with tiger, goats, and just tigers and goats. Okay. So take that if any of those applies, but we'll see how it all ties in here. Okay, so we have protect with the koala, and we see the symbol for earth here. Okay, so either something in nature conservancy, or in something in helping with the planet, or helping Earth or Gaia, or some sort of, something along the realms of that line is some of your soul mission and purposes. Okay. All right, let's look into the archetypes here. Okay, so we have, now let's go here first. They wanted me to review that last. So we have the servant, light attribute, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. And we primarily want to look at the light attribute, is what they're telling me. So yes, in service of others. Okay. And then we have here the trickster, light attribute, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Okay. Yes, definitely transcending conventions is being pointed out strongly for me here. Kind of ties in with this message as well, being the the intrepid explorer is what the words that are coming through that they're giving me here. Okay, we still don't want to look at this one. Okay, we're really gonna leave that one last. So we have offering, give with a generous spirit, blessing abounds. Reciprocity here, because what you give out into the world, you will receive back. Yes, tenfolds. Tenfolds is what I'm hearing. All right, and then we have storm. Makes a lot of sense. You're doing this in tumultuous times. Okay. On this one, we have boundaries, self-definition, self-respect, and sacred sovereignty. Talking about lineage here coming through for me. I'm getting that strongly here. We're talking about ties back into Akashic records and Akashic memory ties lineage as well. Egypt is being pointed out here, so Egyptian lineage, Egyptian past lives that are in relation to Egypt for some of you. They're also showing me like Merkaba's star on top of the pyramid in the Valley of the Kings. Yeah, so all that is coming through. And then we have reunion. Okay. Yeah, soul family, star seed, soul tribe, star tribes, lineage and karma. Okay. Can we open this now, Spirit? Okay, yes. Okay. All right, we have Virgin, light attribute, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Yes, purity of spirit. And then we have, wow, okay, I knew this card was going to come out. I saw in the shuffling process, and I was like, I have a feeling this card's going to come out today. And it did. Above the clouds, transcendence through mindful action, a calm mind, clarity's companion. Receiving your soul purpose and the downloads and activation and the gifts and the spiritual abilities and gifts. Yes, to clear up confusion, to help transcendence. Okay, let's kind of summarize if we can, or kind of gather all these energy. Lovely vow number 2. All right, so let's start over here. So yes, a lot of different energies tuning into this pile. Star seeds, servant of spirit of the light. Yeah, because there's no wrong path here, what you came here to do. And multiples of you are coming from multiple different dimensions and universe systems, star systems. So yeah, there's a good number of diverse workers here, right? Yeah, some of you come to protect this planet, to aid in conservation. Some of you come to serve the light, to help balance the planet. There's many different purposes and things going on here. Some of the energy that's coming through is, yeah, definitely stemming from lineages. For some of you, it's past lives in a relation to primarily Egypt. But we're just talking about past lives here in general. and working with your soul family, soul mission, soul star purpose, to come here and to break conventional behaviors, conventional patterns, conventional paradigms that have been put and installed in place. You're here to shatter all that, for some of you. And some of you are just here to be pure balls of light, and balancing yourself and your energy, and remember and reconnecting with that virgin light, that pure vibration of spirit. That's your own magic and soul purpose right there. You just walk like a ball of light, and then you heal everything around you just by your presence, and that is sufficient, and that is amazing. And yeah, whatever you give out, yeah, it's going to flow back and forth. There's the dynamic of reciprocity too here, right? So many messages coming different way. I'm trying to organize this as best as I can, but yeah, I think you can just pick up little pieces here and there, because we have a huge galactic family coming into this pile here for this reading. The main importance is, okay, let's talk about layers then. So yes, we talk about a huge family, different star nations, different star systems. Some of you, I also see multi-dimensional, so different dimensions coming through here as well. We're getting 5D, 6D, 9D, yeah, 5th, 6th, and 9th dimensional. 8th is coming in as well. I think it's all going to be, yeah, all in there. But those are for the 4 main ones. And what it just means is different dimension vibrates at different frequency. Yeah, the angelic realm is, well, there's various angels too that are in different dimensions. We won't go too out there, but basically, yeah, there's a huge group coming through with different purposes. We have that. We're talking, let's talk about the purposes that you have come through. Some of it has to do with lineage, some of it has to do with just spreading the light, some of you just have to be with, well, yeah, just light worker, just being the ball of light that you are. Earth related element, balancing yourself, your energy, and reciprocity. And now let's talk about the times at which we are doing this. Yeah, we are at a time, it's the perfect storm for change and growth on this planet here and now. And that's why you are all gathered here in this time to do that. As I like to say, Earth is the pop-in spot in the universe right now. It's what happens and what changes on Earth at this time, and in this experiment that we call Earth, in this dimension, space and time. It's going to reverberate throughout the cosmos. That's why you're all coming in to do your work. It's like, oh, you know, it's like, if we try this experiment here and it succeeds, that means XYZ for this planet or star system. We can try that on this planet or on that planet, that star system. And we see what worked, we see what didn't work, and then we can apply it to other parts of the universe and the cosmos as well. Whew, okay. I hope I capture all that energy well enough, Spirit. No, okay. What am I missing? Okay, we talk divergent paths. They're semi-okay with it, but there's something else they want to convey. What? Okay, free will, choice. But free will and choice... what do you want to convey, Spirit? No, we can't impede on that. Okay, give me a moment here, stars. I'm having a conversation with my team and your guides. Okay. So we convey, yes, where you're all from, what your purpose is, the time that is here. I guess we just point out the main thing they were holding back here towards the end. It's just being the ball of light. But what is this about that can be said more so, Spirit? Fear, okay. Fear of intimate union, the shadow attribute of the Virgin. Calm mind and clarity is what they're also pointing out. So, okay, this ties in regards to the free will. Okay, they're saying how, so we can make whatever choice we want, right? And okay, it would behoove us, is the word they're using, to follow our inspiration and our light if we want to go towards the path of growth. Yes, that is what they want to say. Because if we feed into fears, let's say here's free will of what us wanting to do. Following our passion, our inspiration will lead us more toward that free will towards creation and towards building beneficial projects and proliferative kind of accomplishments. Yes. Whereas it's free will, right? So it can be influenced by multiple things. If we let fear influence it, and then it shifts towards another path, it shifts towards timidity, scared, reclusive energy, and possibly even stemming towards destruction when we go about letting fear feed into like anger, feeding into destruction. So the free will aspect is, of course, we don't want to impede it because it's just naturally what is given to us, and should be appreciated. But they're talking about the energies that influence it, mainly because it's so critical at this space and point in time. Okay, they don't want me to go too far into it, but there is, I'll say, a word of caution or a word of warning. When you get to certain inflection points in time and space, things become quote unquote irreversible. Is that right, Spirit? Yeah, more or less. So we'll put it that way. If you let fear and anger and destruction drive the course of the planet, yes, too much, then it'll come to a certain point where there's no going back, right? I mean, let's say, for example, if we kill off an entire species, like the dodo, or a certain plant in the past, like there's no bringing that back. This is generally speaking. I'm not going to go into the esoteric part of whether it can or cannot via magic. Let's not go there, and let's not confuse you for the day. But yeah, so it's so essential right now that we are in the perfect storm for change, that we don't feed into, there's a word of caution not to let fear, anger, destructive energy drive too much the course of this planet, because we might get to points that are irreversible. It's mainly what they want to point out. And that's all I will speak to that, because yeah, we don't want to impede free will in any way. So the choice is yours, but the encouragement, yes, is to follow your soul purpose, to be that ball of light, to come and finish your missions, if you so desire, and you have a strong inkling and desire to do so. You are the intrepid explorer of space in the multiverse here, that are coming into this pile. And we have the Mystic Path Oracle coming through, the archetypes. And this is the wild... Oh my god, I forgot the name of this is. But I almost want to call it the Wild Destiny at the moment. Alright, so we know the energy is coming in. We have the encouragement for what you to do, for what you can do, lovely stars. Now let's move into our Lenormand. Yes. So the Lenormand we have for you, interestingly, is when they show me the image, it's a rocket or like a spaceship in a conical shape heading in that direction in space, in the midst of space. So perhaps planting seeds or something in the cosmos, planting ideas, creations, what have you. It's what's going forth. But also the main card that popped down here is kind of like the pivot point of the spaceship, or the head of the spaceship. Alright, so let's check out your spaceship here. We have the mice. Sorry, with thievery, stress, and worry. We have the tower with institution, authority, and influence. And then we have the ship with adventure, travel, and commerce. And we have the house with family, comfort, and security. And then we have the woman, or the feminine energy, with jovial, friendly, and honest. Okay. So there's our spaceship heading in this direction. It's going along with the ship here as well. Okay, we're talking about the expanse throughout space and time of the history and lineage of this planet. Excellent, yeah, and what it's moving towards. So early on in this planet's creation and evolution, since the dawn of time, ever since man kind of emerged, yeah, I think they left out the rest of the spaceship when we didn't exist and when humans didn't exist, because there's a lot of preparation process there in the primordial stew of things. So what we had was the kind of first institutionalized development that humans made, kind of ate away at everything. Slowly, yeah, things were consumed in the world around us, right? And it makes sense. I'm being pointed out to one of those games. If you ever play one of those like building games where you build a civilization, so what is the first thing you do, right? You gather resources, you gather wood, you gather gold, you gather food, yeah, and you start building things. You start building houses and eventually castles and buildings and walls, and you consume everything around you. And that's where the history of humanity is when it first established its firm foundation, its institutions, it started consuming the resources in the world around it, which naturally makes sense. To build things up, to build society, you consume the resources around you. But it gets to a point, I think that's why this came out too, with protect, with the symbolism of earth here, is perhaps the resources have been imbalanced. And what we mean by that is that it's been overconsumed so much now we see imbalances and disparity in terms of the distribution of resources. It's like there is plenty of resources to go around, but the distribution thereof has been overconsumed, and they're pointing out to me the blood of this planet as well. And we think of like fossil fuels, things that nourishes the tectonic plates activities, that gives the plates kind of a lubrication to move. So when it shifts, if we keep on withdrawing more and more oil out of the planet, we take away that. It's kind of like the synovial fluids in your joints. When the fluid is lacking, your joint is going to be in pain because there's more friction when it goes about its movement. Just like how when the movement of the tectonic plates happen, without the oils to kind of smooth that transition process, the movement of the plates will be what we see as and experience as more catastrophic, where there's more sudden shifts in the plates, because there's not a smooth gliding of those plates, and it pushes the oceans, it creates massive tsunamis, it also influences the weather patterns. A lot of Earth Gaia issues are coming through here, what they're speaking about, and it's mainly due to our lack of imbalance and overconsumption of resources within our planet. So there's a shift and a move away from what seems so stable, right? And for the longest time, it seems like we had an endless amount of resources. The way that people and civilizations in history have overused the resources. It's like, it's like the dodo will always be there. Like, they are so abundant. Or like the buffalo, you can just shoot one out and you just go out and shoot one down every day, and they'll be up in numbers like crazy again. And as we see, that is not the case. It's that faulty way of thinking, that wasteful way of thinking, that it's like, things will always be there forever, it will never run dry, that has led us to where we are due to that excess and overconsumption. And there's a movement and a shift away from that to a more balanced and receptive feminine energy approach to the lives around us as well. We've been so consumed in that there's the difference between divine masculine energy and then there's toxic masculine energy, just as there is divine feminine energy and toxic feminine energy, right? So we're moving and shifting towards honoring the divine feminine energy again, about using things in balance, about recognition, about like, maybe I don't need to, deplete the whole ocean of shrimp just, to eat a meal banquet for like a day. It's a very drastic example, but that's what needs to be paid attention to. And they're conveying this message with a bit of sternness here, because we talked about those inflection points earlier where it becomes irreversible. It's no joke, because it's like, at some point in history, people were joking around saying like, oh, the dodo will be around forever, you know, we can just kill it and use it willy-nilly. But no, that's what they're pointing out to right now. It's those kind of old conventional thinking that seems like, oh, like this will be here forever kind of thing because it's a stable population. No, that is not the case. When we are draining so much of the resources of our planet and we are not balancing it out with replenishing it or just protecting the natural balance, the natural kind of like pyramid of the ecosystem, then it will start to head and reach towards the point of inevitability of things being irreversible. Okay, they really wanted me to speak to that message strongly, and very appreciative with that, right? Because yeah, we are getting to a point in our history where we just can't fiddle around with this anymore, like just treat it so lightly, because then we won't be around for much longer. If we keep on over consuming and not really taking care of the balance dynamic for this world, soon enough, it will be catastrophic if we don't change our ways for the better. And we talked about free will, and we're talking about that again. It's like, if you want to go towards destruction and extinction, it is a choice. It's perfectly there. If you want towards like new growth, exploration, and perhaps expansion into the cosmos, then that's also a possibility. This is not pointing out to you, stars. It is pointing out for your awareness and attention, yes, so you can convey that message through your community and to your world, so all those around you. We know that you all are here to do great purposes, and for some of you is to protect and balance and harmonize the planet for its future development and growth. That's why the message is coming through. The severity and the sternness that comes with the message of conservation is for you to understand the importance of it, and the necessity of it, and then to convey that message so you can make a difference in the world before it's too late. Because for some of you, that's what you are here to do. So much respect to that. And some of you are just here to learn, and some of you here are just to be balls of light. Whatever your mission is, the importance of this issue needs to be stressed and needs to be emphasized, and for the message to get out there. So yeah, it's not necessarily you, Pile2, that are feeding into this, but more so for you to convey it and help shift the communities and the world around you. Okay, absolutely wonderful. Let's go into your tarot next. So we have, and it's lovely that the Herbcrafter tarot that's coming through. I was asking, like, how does that fit into all this spirit? It seems like a random tarot deck, but of course nothing is random with spirit. Yes. So talking about energy, environmental conservation too here with the Earth deck here. So we have the Seven of Earth with Oak. Okay, or the Seven of Pentacles. And that's a lovely image there. Yeah, so knowledge and preservation. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Water with Birch, or Seven of Cups. Okay. And we have Three of Earth with Raspberry. This message is tying really nicely. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Fire with Comfrey, or 10 of Wands. Okay, and then we have the Curandera of Fire with Demania, which is the King of Fire. Ceremonies, rituals, honoring, respect. Yes. Alright, so this message is loud and clear. I see why they wanted me to do the tarot after the Lenormand message there, because it follows it so well. So we're talking about progression of progress. Progression of progress. Yes, progression of progress here. So we speak to much of the work that a lot of you have done already, right? In many different fields, whether it's, water conservation, nature, animal conservation. I'm getting a lot of geoliths, rocks, earth, topography, things like that coming through here. But yeah, it's progress that have been made. Reunions jumping out. Why was that, Spirit? Okay, something about connecting with your soul tribe and purpose to do this again. And for some of you, it's for some of you, it's like connecting with others in this group or others in the same similar field to do that, because we have 3 of Earth here with collaboration to restore this Earth to its health. That's why reunion jumped out and kind of pushed these together. It's like it's a collaborative process and progress that we know of. Yeah, so oak is about protection, birch is about new beginnings, and raspberry is about the fruitfulness of abundance and collaboration together here. Comfrey with okay, so we have that energy coming through. Now let's explain these cards, or convey this message, I should say. It's not easy work, and it's a lot of work. But it's what you all came here to do, and you don't have to do it alone. Find your soul family, find your soul tribe. That's why this reunion with your soul family and soul tribe is coming through. You are all in this together. We are all in this together. We are all here to work together, to collaborate and rebalance this earth and aid in its progression and growth, at the same time helping transcend humanity in their collective consciousness as well. So yeah, definitely not an easy process. 10 of Wands energy coming through with Comfrey here. Do it in a soothing way, right? And that's why having help from your soul family and your soul tribe and those who support you will be very beneficial, because it's a huge project to take on. It's and it's collaborative work. Yes. And we have Demania here with the King of Wands with ceremony. Demania speaks to me of connection, intuitive connection to spirit, to divine, to source. So ceremony here too is getting pointed out. A lot of Native American energy, shamanistic energy coming through here, but shamans across all traditions in the world here. It's more so the tapping into that energy, the respect, the honor of it. For some of you, it is encouraged to do ceremonies to call in your soul family as well. So there's that aspect of it. And for some others of you, what that can be is just doing ceremonies to honor and connect with the earth. And that might be sufficient to link you with the energy of those you will be collaborating with your soul family, or with your community, with your tribe. The same resonance there to pull you all together. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Let's see, do we need to clarify anything? I don't think we do. Yeah, not so much, because the advice for how to connect is already there. We talked a lot about what you came here to do, what the issues and challenges to overcome, to work with your community. Yes, so continue at it. Part number 2. A lovely message here, because you all are, the multitudes of you are doing amazing, wondrous work, and it is so needed at this very much tumultuous and essential time in on this planet, in throughout space and time. So yeah, seek higher knowledge and higher intuition, your higher self, your guides, your soul family, to support you, so you don't get lost along the way. Not lost, that's a strong word for it. So you don't get overburdened, yes. Because this is the monumental task that is meant to be shared. Nobody's doing this alone. Or if you are, I mean, much props to you if you have that kind of power, but to do this by yourself. But yeah, no, we're all fully connected, so no one's really truly doing this alone. So go forward, lovely stars, do your mission, do your work, connect with those who support and align with your purpose, and let's make a huge change and shift and difference in this world and in the cosmos around us. All right, lovely stars, beautiful, wonderful message. Much encouragement and much kudos to you. And yes, keep going forward with it. With that, I end the reading here. If you found the reading insightful, helpful, you liked it, considering hitting that like and subscribe button if you haven't. And remember to shine bright, take care, have a wonderful, magical day, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile number 2s. Hello, Pile 3s. Welcome to your reading. And before we get started, I just wanted to mention something very interesting here for your Lenormand. We have a bucket of water. I have no idea what that means, but I guess we'll find out in the reading. So yes, let's dive straight into your first oracle here. So we have angelic healing, and already pointed out the number 29. So whatever that may mean, something to some of you. But let's see, angelic healing here. I see some sort of transformation process going on. It's like this energy is folding in into itself and is spreading out with wings. But something with cosmic connections as well. Yeah, so some sort of transformation going on here. All right, let's look at the other cards. Life is an expression of you. Life is more than existing. Okay, see this all swirling. Something is forming, almost like birthing or creating. Okay, let's look at this one here. We have past life emotion lives in you. You are expressing more. It is releasing. Oh, wow. I see this exploding like a supernova. Okay, 23 is also standing out. We have feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey. Yeah, I see a butterfly in this one. Spreading its wings. A lot of transformation, a lot of release for some of you. Okay, let's look more into this. We have this the Sandpiper spirit with Be Playful. And I see number 15. So flip this 51 around. Although 51 could be significant to some of you, but they wanted me to point out 15 for whatever reason. Okay, so Sandpiper spirit, Be Playful. I wonder if we have some dichotomy of young and old. Well, in terms of age, I guess 15, 51 people tuning into to this message here. Let's see. Yeah, something about not taking yourself too seriously. At any age that you are at. And then we have Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. And 35 is also getting pointed out. They're just pointing out the numbers today. Okay, so 29, 23, 15, 51, and 35. 8 also is coming out from this. Koala Spirit with Spirit has a plan. Spirit has a plan that you don't see. Your soul knows of it, but you currently in this incarnation does not currently see it. Okay, what is this about, Spirit? Yeah, I see some sort of transformation process going on here. Becoming something new, birthing something new. I don't get literal births. I get more like project, a new version of you. It's like Pile3 2.0. A transformation of you. Yeah, things along the line of that. And a lot of new birthing energy here. Yeah, new version, new. Well, I don't know. Some of you it may be actual birth, but birthing, creating new version, new life, something of that nature. A lot of transformation, and in the transformation process, what that means is sometimes there's release, right, of old stuff that's no longer needed. I don't know why this is coming through, but we'll use the example of a newborn fetus or a newborn baby, right? Part of that release is letting go of the placenta and the umbilical cord. Yeah, don't know why that is coming through, but that is an example we're getting. Okay, so yeah, some sort of transformational shift, birth, changing energy going on here. Even a project, right? We're not just talking about live things here. A birth of a new idea, a birth of a new concept, a birth of a new project. Yeah, we don't have to limit just to live things here, especially when we're birthing from the cosmos. That's definitely more so conceptual or energetic. Yeah, so birthing of new energies coming through too. Yeah, but there's some aspect that some divine plan Spirit has for this, and the approach to go about it is that kind of innocent, fresh eyes about it to see this birth through. this project. Okay, let's see if our tarot can help review a bit more of this birth, this creation, this transformation, transmutation here. Okay, so we have the King of Wands. Well, talk about coming in loud and bold. I'm also getting Leo energy here. So whether that is in some of your placements or some of you are Leo or fire signs, Aries, Sagittarius, very strongly Leo though. Yes, don't know why that's coming through, but I'm here to convey the message, so there it is. Yeah, we know this is a lion, but it reminds me of Leo, the constellation. Okay, so we have the Hermit. Interesting, okay. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. For some of you, in the primordial essence of what you are, in tune of your higher self, higher soul's purpose and knowledge, it's like you know deep down. So it's kind of like if you are not fully connected with your inner self, with your higher self, then you may not know of this, right? We talked about the spirit's plan. You may not know of its conception way before you even incarnate into this existence and being right now. But for those of you who are connected or are able to connect to your higher self, you know something has been in the plans, in the work, meant to come into conception. It's like a divine plan with spirit that is meant to be created in this lifetime, in this form. It's something that is going to be magnanimous and brilliant to the world, with major impacts and shift. There's a lot of mystery to your to your reading here, so let's try to find out more. Okay, we have the Empress. And you see how the Empress is depicted here with this crane. It's like this glorious birthing. Almost reminds me of the Botticelli's painting of the birth of Venus when she emerges from the clamshell in the ocean. Yeah, and the angels are like singing and praising her, and yeah, she emerges as this beautiful divine goddess. Okay, we have Queen of Swords. Wow. A talent is being born. Holy cow. Okay. And we have the King of Pentacles. Huh. Okay. Trendsetter, world maker, world shaker. Now I'm really curious. It's like, yeah, part of old patterns have been kind of shaved away in past lives to give birth and creation to something amazing in this lifetime. So two messages here. For some of you, it's the new birth and creation of yourself. Something that has been in the works and in the plans with spirit for a long time in coming now, which means it's in contract with your higher selves, like, oh, you know, in this lifetime, in this incarnation, I'm going to come into this planet, I'm going to go through this process of release and transformation, and I'm going to emerge this brilliant lion, this brilliant trendsetter, earth shaker person. Yeah. For some others, it's you're creating something, or you're actually birthing. Perhaps for some of you, it's bringing forth a life contract, a child that's going to be of wondrous nature, something grand. It's just no ordinary, you know, like, it's not just somebody who's gonna just go through about life and doing very mundane, normal things. No, this person is going to be a trendsetter. It's going to be a world shaker. They're going to, yeah, make their mark in the world. Kind of like Alexander the Great or something. I don't know, that just popped through. So it's something of that grand scale, something majestic. They're here to make quite a shift in terms of whatever their goal purpose is. So that's speaking to that one group. And for those of you who this is a transformation of yourself, yeah, you're also going to be something of major impact. It's not just, yeah, oh, I made this change and shift in my life. No, you're making a change and a shift in your life that people are like, bam, they're gonna know you, because or they're gonna know of you or of your whatever you're creating, because you're gonna hit it out. You're going to hit it out of the park. Yeah. Wow, okay. Amazing. Let's see what Lenormand has to say about this. And the shape we got for your Lenormand is a bucket of water, as we mentioned earlier, which I have no idea what that means still. So let's find out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So here is our bucket of water. But also I see potentially kind of like a bucket in a well. Yeah, like where you lower the bucket into a well to collect water. So something is going to be splurging, rising up out of the well here. Okay, so we have the bridge. See, like you're gapping or bridging two worlds here. And we have the snake. Interesting. Okay. And we have the dice. I see 9. And we have the pathways. But this pathway is depicted very interestingly. I hear doorway to heaven or gateway to heaven. Either way, it's coming down. The light is coming down through the gates here. It's heavenly sent. It's sent from the heavens, so to speak. All right, so whoever or whatever is coming through here, whoever, I mean, like, as in, like, whoever you're transforming into, or whatever you're creating, or whoever you're birthing, had to clarify so we don't get confused here, is bridging worlds, is heaven sent to clear up deceptive lies that have kept people from precious information, precious ways that can improve their life, that can bring abundance into their life. Yeah, it's all being blocked out by lies and manipulation and propaganda and deception, and whoever's coming through, whatever project's coming through, will seem like a serendipitous luck that has descended from heaven, almost like a messiah, or like we mentioned earlier, Alexander the Great or something. It's like somebody who's here to make major strides and shifts the world in ways that are, yeah, earth-shattering, earth-shaking, groundbreaking. Yeah, they're bridging major distances and paradigms that have been clouded by lies, that have been controlled by lies. Wow, absolutely amazing. And I do want clarification on who you are, pile number 3. I want to see, yeah, let's see. I mean, we know a bit of what you're going to be doing, if this isn't pertaining to you or some of you and your life mission and purpose. For some others of you who are bringing forth this life, or birthing a child that's going to do this, or adopting somebody, or being a sponsor to somebody who's going to do this, that person or child is going to be making momentous movement and shift on the planet. Yeah, so I want to know, and I'm being called to get another tarot deck, so let me pause the video and let me grab another tarot deck to do that. Alright, lovely stars, so we're gonna use the Book of Shadows Volume 2, So Below tarot deck. Alright, can we please know, Spirit? First of all, can we get a bit more information on this world shaker in here? And then also what they're going to do. Okay, so let's see. Yes, Spirit, can we please know a bit more about their personality, perhaps, about their characteristics and traits, and then also what they're going to do and how they're going to shift and change this planet. If we may know, Spirit, please. Alright, so let's get a couple cards here. So, who are you, Pile 3, or who are you sponsoring, birthing, fostering? Yeah. And then let's see, let's find out what you're going to do, or what this person is going to do for this planet. Okay. Let's put that in here. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we have the Six of Swords. Okay. So we ask these two questions together, so the answers will kind of vary or mix. We have the Ten of Cups. Interesting, almost like royal vibes here. Do we have anyone royals tuning in? We have the Seven of Cups. Okay, I see various historian, singer, authority, trendsetter, trend maker, fashion perhaps, travel. Wow, so many so many possibilities here. Okay, and let's see. We have the Four of Swords. It's going to take people out of their doldrums. We have Justice. Okay, do comeuppance. We have the Three of Pentacles. Picasso here. And we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of creative energies too. Alright, Pile3. So yes, we have somebody who has very potent creative energy, going to shift people from kind of like this old barren world into a new golden age and era. Yeah, I see in terms of their renown, it's almost like royalty status. It's like they're recognized well around the world. And I know we're talking a lot about them or who you're working with or what project you're bringing out, what you're creating, but it could also very well be you, right? We mentioned that as well. So I'll just speak to it in one terms, but just keep in mind that it applies in those cases as well. It could also be your transformation. Yeah, I see just kind of like this person who kind of ignites and lights up people in terms of, I guess, through inspiration, is what we're getting. The way that you create, the things that you create will inspire people to kind of trigger in a positive way their creative energy for them to bring out things in the world, to fulfill many dreams, many wishes, many accomplishments in many different fields, to take them out of the mundane, the doldrums, the boredom of their everyday life, and give them, it's almost like when we heard earlier, do comeuppance, like so do payments, do balance in terms of the basically what people get back for what they put out. Yeah. Okay. I think we are good with that. I'm curious to know more. I'm curious to find out more, but we do have a good answer and solidification on the message. So yeah, to summarize, we know whether we, whatever is coming out, project, person, you, otherwise, is going to be something inspirational for people, something very balancing for people, and helping people to create many wonderful things. Someone who will have a tremendous impact. Yes. So yeah, you're like Alexander the Great in a very positive way. Yes. So yeah, go forth and make that wonderful impact upon the world. You're like this wellspring, this bucket of water that will splash on people's face and wake them up and get them going. So, and it's a well, it's a depth of knowledge, information, creativity, inspiration, you name it. I could go on and on and on. All right, Pile3, that was your wonderful message. Stunning. Yeah, so If you found the reading helpful, insightful, or you like it, considering hitting that like button and subscribe if you haven't for more messages. I wish you an absolutely wonderful, magical day. Yeah, have a wonderful time whenever and wherever you are. Shine bright, take care, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, Pile number 3s. Hello, Pile4. Welcome to your reading. All right, so yeah, we had your representative oracle, but Spirit set up your oracles this way. So let's get to it and see what Spirit has to say. So we have protection with echinacea. Okay. Protecting something of the heart, I see. I see someone very stylish. Yeah, okay. The main vibe I'm getting, someone very attractive, someone very stylish. But perhaps you've been disappointed in the past with certain relations. That's why there's protection around the hearts here. Let's find out. Very interesting energy already coming through. And we have, well, that was just jumping. Okay, we have broken arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Severed connections here. Letting go of old ties and binds, but not entirely. As we can see here, the wheels of fate and the wheels of destiny, or something like that, turns, and there's still part of you that's hanging on to something. Perhaps a broken relationship that is not ready to fully be let go. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have wise one with grow within your current situation. Okay. We see almost like and I heard a door opening. So it's like opening new doors, but at the same time knowing knowing new doors will open, but at the same time not fully having grieved, not fully having felt your emotions, not having fully processed your emotions. Yeah, so something along that lines. There's wisdom to be gained from this experience, or from the experiences you've recently gone through. Yeah, because there's new doors and opportunities on the way, but we're not quite there yet. We're still in the midst of all this energy. Okay, and then we have Star Ancestor with follow the voice of your soul. Okay. It's like, it's interesting. It's like I'm getting the vibes of someone who has deceived you in some way, form, or another. Okay. And let's look at our last oracle here. We have flax with the spindle here, and then a couple of hay mounds in the background. This energy of this flax card is always wonderful. It's like the ability to build and create something new. And flax talks about our connection with other people. It's the plants of the goddess Orien rod, and it talks about connection, love connections, and our just connections in general to other people, right? So very befitting to fall into this reading here. Okay, so let's look at the overall energy that we've got going on here. Yeah, so I feel the energy of somebody who's highly sought after, perhaps very attractive, very stylish, very modest is also I'm getting to. Refined, yeah. So having been perhaps sharing yourself, expressing yourself with somebody or some relationship in the past, yeah, it's almost like they deceive you, or they didn't see eye to eye with you, or they didn't really appreciate you in some form, way or shape or another. So you feel like the connection is broken, right? But it's not fully resolved. It's definitely a connection to learn from, to develop wisdom from, to reevaluate and look at the situation, and to see what you can learn, the tears you can shed, the ways to move on. And I just heard a door closing when we spoke on that message, just as we heard the door opening earlier, when we were talking about moving and shifting on. So yes, I hear one door closing, I hear another opening, but you're like right in the midst of that, right? Here's the door closing, the timeline, I guess, and here's the door opening. We're not quite yet here, and we move on beyond here. So we're in this process right now of processing our emotions, processing what you learn from the lesson, or what you can learn, I would say, from this experience, and to develop newer and better connections from this point. Because yeah, whether somebody has deceived you or let you down in some form, shape, or way, you're in a bit of an emotional state right now, and the advice is to look at what you can learn from it. And hearing that is not going to be easy, because you're like, I am feeling like crap. I do not want to hear about how I can better myself. And I totally get that. That's understandable. That's coming through loud and clear, and that's okay. I hold the space here for that for you, and whenever you are ready to come back and hear this message, you can. So yes, I will note that as well. You don't have to listen to the entirety of this message now if you are not ready to hear it. That's coming through. So yes, no harm, no foul. Just respect the space and time where you are at, and the healing that you need to do. And once you do, then we can talk about moving on. For those of you who are ready to continue with this reading, and you feel like, okay, this message is making sense, let's talk furthermore, let's talk some more. Okay, let's look into your Lenormand next. Yes, we have not touched your tarot cards, and we're going to do all that here, because perhaps there might be a bit of changeable energy, so we haven't shuffled your tarot yet. And for your Lenormand, the image that we got is a string or a streamer of heart shapes. So you know, like a party decoration of sorts, like a string with little hearts attached on them, like a streamer of hearts is what's coming through the forms. So we just have 5 hearts here coming through, attached to a rope or a streamer, however you want to picture that. So we have the Tower. Okay. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. We have another Tower reading today in one of the piles. I forgot which it was. But yeah, so if you were called to some other piles, it might be worth it to check it out too. It might have been 1 or 2. I don't remember which one it was, but yeah. In this tower, we see you kind of just being boarded up in your own energy, but we do see invitation of freshness and life coming through. as one of the hearts on the streamer. Okay, and then we have the child. Okay. It's time to revisit an innocent aspect of yourself, or a more curious energy or nature to explore. That will kind of put the spring back into your steps, so to speak. It's to move away from this energy that you've been wallowing in. Okay, and then we have the stork. And we see a better partnership here for you. Okay. And we have the tree. Yeah, I see this tree growing into these tree growing to like something bigger. Interesting. All right, and then we have the bear. Okay. So when we speak about the figure or the person who has kind of let you down, disappointed you, deceived you, what have you, in this past relationship, they seem to have some air of authority to them. Perhaps an imbalanced power dynamic as well, as in like they have some sort of positioning that either would consider higher than yours, or somewhere along the way in the relationship, or something along the lines of an imbalance of power dynamics here. Maybe they were like a professor, you were a student, they were a boss, you were an employee, something of that disparate power dynamic. So each of these hearts dangling off of the streamer speaks to its own individual energy. So we're not reading all this together, but they do kind of go together because they are connected to one string and one streamer, right? But it's interesting that it came out this way, so I'm going to read the form that way. So you're kind of locked up in your own energy, in your own tower, in your own space. You're like, I don't want to talk to anybody, leave me alone. And people are coming knocking at your door saying, hey, let's go out, let's do this, let's do that. And like, Rapunzel, let them your hair. And you're like, no, go away. I just want to be alone. So, it's that kind of towering energy. And there's an advice to kind of break out that energy, that wallowing in that energy, as we talked about earlier, to explore something that really brings out the youthfulness, curiosity is one way to describe it, but I want to use another word for it, something that really gets your interest going, that gets you ignited, gets you sparked, gets you excited again, about life. Something to get you out of. It's like you're stuck in your tower, and you see something wonderful in the distance, and you're like, oh, that looks like a fun, like they're having a party, I want to go to that. That's the energy we're going for. Or it reminds me of the mythological story of Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun in Japanese folklore. And what happens was, due to some circumstances with somebody who disappointed Amaterasu and made her angry, it was her brother Susanoo. So she was angry, she was livid, pissed off, whatever. So she decided to lock herself away in a cave. But she's the goddess of the sun, right? So as she goes into seclusion in the cave, like the light went all out in the world, and all the other gods and goddesses were trying to figure a way to like bring her back out, to bring back light into the world. So it's that energy there to get you out of your tower, to get your curious nature going. Because the rest of that story is they had Izume, I think, was the name of the goddess. All the gods and goddesses gather, well, not all, but like, the gods and the goddesses gather in front of the cave where Amaterasu has locked herself in. And then so they had Izume, another goddess who did like dancing and just kind of bringing joy to people, did this kind of very I guess funny, comical, sultry dance in a way, and all like she was making all the other gods and goddesses laugh. And Amaterasu inside the cave can hear all this going on, but she didn't know what was going on outside. So eventually she got outside of the cave to see what's going on, and then the light came back in the world. So that's the kind of energy that's coming through here. It's like you are this resplendent, attractive individual with lots of beauty, lots of beauty and great talents and things to offer the world. You're like this brilliant shining light in the world, but you kind of locked yourself away in your own space, your own time, and not really coming out of it due to somebody who has disappointed you, who has deceived you in some sort of way, someone who did not meet up to your expectations perhaps, or whatever the case is. But the other three hearts in this case here, well, one points to the person, but two other cards pointing to greater potential relationships you can have with other people, finding somebody or people who will really not only satisfy your need, but really like it's a comfort to you, somebody who can really help your light shine. Like you shine already brilliantly, but the way that they inspire you or that they comfort you naturally makes you glow more, is what I would say. Yes. And it's going to be an improvement, an upgrade from the relationships you've had in the past, especially with people who have disappointed you. And future relationships will be healthier. So learn from this experience, right? Don't let this person or these people who have let you down or who have deceived you let you like keep you locked up and wallowing in your disappointment. Yes, let it be a lesson to recognize there are future people out there, future connections out there that are far more enriching for you, and far more beneficial for you, and more befitting for you. Okay, absolutely wonderful, pile number 4. Don't let the gloom and doom of your experience keep you down, and don't wallow in it. Find something that interests you and let it lure you, let it get you out of your rut. Yeah, is what I would say. Yeah, like the way that the gods and the goddesses, quote unquote, lure Amaterasu out of her cave. Let the wonders of the world and the potential wonderful people of the world reignite your passion, your interest, and trust and faith in the goodness of people and the potential of the greatness that people can be, versus the disappointment that people have shown you. Okay, let's see if we need any clarification on this. I am curious, so let's take a look at your tarot here. We're gonna look at what's coming and what's possible for you. So let's look at the possibility of the future here a little bit. We know the advice, and we know the past, we know the present. So let's look at what is potentially coming for wonderful pile number 4 here with their resplendent and their brilliant energy, and what they have to offer the world, Spirit. Okay. So for pile number 4, Spirit, can we please know what wonderful things are coming for pile number 4, please? Okay, what wonderful energy or people or things that are on their way for pile number 4? And it is divinely guided. No. Okay. One more shuffle here. There we go. Alright, pile 4. So let's see what we've got coming your way here. We have the 5 of Swords. Ooh. A new wonderful project to shift you out of your disappointment. The High Priestess. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. You are very intuitive, very in tune and attuned. So some of you know what I'm talking about in regards to your situation, but something that's coming your way, it's hidden from you. As a pleasant surprise, of course. Spirit has a way of doing things, right? And it's it's either to surprise us or to, it's all meant in the grand scheme of things for your wellness and growth. Okay, we have the Emperor. It's like, I've been seeking you. I've been waiting for someone like you. It's like that song from Foreigner. It's like, I've been waiting for... Yeah, it's like they've been waiting for you. And then we have the 3 of Coins. Okay, the 3 of Coins. Almost kind of like cute little new adventures. And you also see the color scheme here, pile number 4. We didn't get any repeatings, right, of the same colors. It's like we have purple, blue, red, orange, and green here. So it's like a rainbow of plethora of colors flowing into your life, because there's many different options and ways. I see you onto new adventures, to move you away from the disappointment that you've been dealing with. So new wonderful adventures, new wonderful projects. And yeah, we talked about this High Priestess already. So, but this seems very promising here. This is like somebody who's, well, very firm and very mature and very knowing of themselves too. So we talked about the negative aspects of the people who have disappointed you. But we also talk about the nature of somebody who is truly a boss, somebody who is mature, somebody who knows themselves, someone who carries themselves very well, someone who's also very the word astute is coming through. So perhaps they are observant. They are observant of your personality. They note what you like, what you don't like. They note the very small little things that you don't think anybody else would notice. It's like, oh, like this person who has a lot to offer actually took into consideration what I said about XYZ. So it's a nice surprise for you as well. But Yeah, very mature energy here coming through. And charming as well. Okay, wow, wonderful pile number 4. So, yes, if you are in the midst of this energy right now, take time to recuperate. No worries, no rush. But do know that there are greater things awaiting for you when you decide to get out of your tower or your castle. Yes. Yeah, so take all the time you need to heal, but as the goddess Orien Rod suggests here with our flax card, when you are ready, you can step out of that tower to build more wonderful, greater connections waiting for you and to develop the wisdom from this experience. All right, lovely pile number 4. Wonderful, wonderful reading. Love hearing and seeing this for you. Much love to you in the healing, learning, and recuperation process. But yes, we would like you to encourage you to explore the wonders of what's waiting for you. Beautiful Amaterasu sun goddess that you are. All right, that concludes your message here, pile number 4. If you liked it, if you found it insightful or helpful, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing for more messages if you already have not. With that, I wish you a wonderful, absolutely magical day. Remember to shine bright as you are. Take care of yourself, and then I will see you in the next reading. Bye, pile number 4s.